So my name is Carlos Walker. This is Art and Hustle, Black Authors Matter, and we are with Miss Leanne Dose. How you doing?
I am fabulous and blessed today. How are you doing this morning?
Life is perfect. So, if you will, tell the people who you are and what you do.
All right. Well, hey everybody. First of all, thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
This is
Um, I am Leanne Dulce. I am a self-care strategist and the chief self-love officer at Wake Up Happy Sis. That's my brand up there. I am an advocate for Black women's wellness, and my mission is to help 1 million Black women live happy, healing, and fulfilling lives by putting themselves first, focusing on their wellness and their self care, and finally being the leading lady in your own movie. You know what I mean?
this is true. So, if you will, now share a little bit about your book and the inspiration behind it.
Yes. Well, and I have it right here because like I said, I came ready. So, this is my book right here.
Okay.
So it's called From Trauma to Triumph, the Black Woman's Journey to Waking Up Happy Every Day. And what is it is a set of tips for how to figure out how to wake up happy every day, right? And not necessarily because life happens. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about being happy all the time because nobody lives in that utopian world, right? Life is going to happen. You're not going to be happy. It's going to knock you down and sometimes kick the crap out of you. But we have to have a level of get back, if you will. And this book is my attempt to help women get past their trauma that they've lived with their whole lives sometimes, that told us that we're less than, that told us that we have to be last in our own lives, that told us that we're not good enough or not worthy of love, right? That's given us issues with our own self-worth because you're plus size, because you're short, because you're too thin, right? I want women to be able to take back and own their power, own their happiness, because nobody else can make us happy. We have to learn how to manage stress, how to manage the challenges that come at us and not be consumed by them. And this book is a blueprint, if you will, for women to learn how to get past all of that trauma and to start healing, because healing is a journey, it is not a destination.
Mm. From just listening to your book, it doesn't sound like it's just for women.
It's not.
It sounds like because I understand it's geared to women. However, men have their own traumas and their own things as well, and it sounds
Mhm.
like the tips can be used primarily for anyone who's going through something, and only have to know that they are just going through, that
Yes.
you are going through to get to, like you said, a destination, and that's pretty much joy. And
Yes.
joy isn't something that you find outside of you. Most of us look for happiness outside of us instead of deep inside of us, because it's inside you that you find peace, that you find joy, that you can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, today gonna be a fantastic day. No matter what you go through, no matter what shows up in your life, you still got to be able to say, you know what, this is only making me better. So
That's it.
share a little bit about the stuff that I'm assuming this is about, or the steps that you have learned, you found them out through your
Yes.
own journey. So share a little bit about how your journey went out, because I don't know if that's in the book, but if it is, dig deeper.
So this isn't really about, let's say, like my specific story, right? That's a whole that's a whole different book. But a lot of the things that I talk about in here are lessons that I've learned throughout my life, right? So we talk about in here, I talk about um, things like setting boundaries, right? Because growing up, what I was always taught was that um, You're not supposed to be selfish and focus on you first. So if you get married, if you have kids, you kind of cease to exist as Leanne. I no longer exist as Leanne. I'm now Mrs. Somebody, somebody's wife, somebody's mama, and I'm supposed to step to the side so that I can now shape this young person's journey or be this man, wife, or mate or whatever, right? And what it does is it tells you that my worth was tied to my service to somebody else at all times, at all points in my life, right? You'll hear people say, I'm trying to do this so I can be a better mother, so I can be a better this, so I can be a better that. It's never so that I can just be a better me, so that I can be happy, as if we're not supposed to be happy and do things for ourselves. My goal in my journey in life was to reflect on what hurt me, on the things, the challenges and the trauma and the trials that I've been through in my life. And how did I get through each of those phases of things that's happened to me, from, you know, being in accidents when I was young to um, blacking out on periods of my life because I feel like I was raped when I was younger, right? But different little things that have happened in my life, different steps that I've taken, and trials that I've been through. This book is a testament to these are the steps and things that I took to get through some of my challenges and challenges that other women that I've talked to, right, have been through. And what are the ways that we can think of to get out of this? Because everybody's journey is unique.
Mm-hmm.
What works for me may not work for you, right? But there are tips in here for everybody. It definitely isn't just a book for Black women. Anybody can read this. And if you're going through something, you can hopefully glean some inspiration, some insight, and some motivation to carry on. I've had too many friends that have either died unexpectedly by their hand or by the hand of somebody else, that I wanted to be a part of the solution. I wanted to be a part of people feeling like they had a support system and they had somewhere to turn to, because I didn't really always feel like I had that growing up. And I didn't want other people to feel that way.
It seems like one, we are a young community. When I say that, I'm old community, however young community.
Yes.
400 years in this land, God knows how many years in the other. But to come here and go through all the trauma that we have been through, 240 plus years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, and then to come in and have to work on things in 60 plus years to move into the system.
Hmm.
And we as a community don't know how to talk, how to communicate to build people up because we're too busy working, too busy trying to figure it out. Uh, some men had to work, come home stressed out. Lady at their wife is at home taking care of kids, stressed out. He may not know how to communicate with her. She don't know how to communicate with them. I mean, with him, and they don't know how to communicate with their kids. So it leaves people left out, the children, mentally, because everybody's struggling. Then to fast forward, both parents had end up having to go into the system to go to work to survive,
Hmm.
and the children are left at home not being able to get the information and the things that they need because or the love because when the parent come home they don't know how to give it. So
Yeah.
it seems like to me we're in a bubble of now, yes, miscommunication with one another. Men not knowing how to talk to men, women not knowing how to talk to women, but men not knowing how to talk to women, and women not knowing how to talk to men. When we all are in this together, and we have to learn how to, yes, do self care, but self care goes, if you ask me, bigger than just I. It's you.
Hmm.
We are self. It's one body, You got the different parts. And when the body learns how to talk to or the brain learn how to talk to the spinal cord, and the spinal cord learn to give all the information to the arms and legs, toes and things, what happens is the body moves as it's supposed to function.
Mm-hmm.
However, we are still growing, we are still learning. And to your point and to your book, learning to deal with, or how people said that life should be, that women should have to deal with, or that men, I'm just adding this, that men have to deal with this as well. What happens is you feel, yes, that I'm just here to serve. That is one part of it. That is
That's
true. Can't take that away, because you are. But you do have to make sure that you're okay. I think it's on the plane, they said, put the mask on you first,
yes.
then help everybody else. That means if you're not making sure that you're okay, then what happens? You can't take care of everybody else, because you're expending
Mhm.
all your energy into everything else, and you'll never get full back up.
Yeah,
So,
and I tell people that all the time. One of the things that everybody know I says is I give it the analogy of a saucer and a teacup. What's in the cup is for you. You're never supposed to give what's in that cup away. What you're supposed to do is give from that abundance, that overflow, what flows from the cup into the saucer. And when you are always replenished, you will always have an abundance to give. So you have to focus on you first. You are never able to care for somebody else when you haven't cared for yourself, because you're giving from a place of overwhelm, from a place of tiredness, from a place of desperation or whatever, right? And you're never able to give 100% of that abundance to somebody else. We're used to giving 100% of what's in the cup. We don't even have an abundance. We don't
well,
have overflow.
you do, you got to know you do. God is your
Well,
abundance.
right, but they don't get it, and so what they're doing is they're giving all that they have and all that they are to everyone else, and there's none left for them. So they come home, they're dead tired. They feel guilty when it's time to do anything for themselves. Typically, what I hear is, I can't do that. I feel guilty anytime I want to take some time for me, right? Or you end up being super fast and quick and snappy with your kids, with your spouse, right? And it's because we're not taking the time to put things in priority. And we were taught that our priority is supposed to be God, husband, children, everybody else, me last.
But it's God, you, everything else. However, everybody else, remember, we aren't just one, but we are one.
Hmm. And
But
as you focus on you and develop you and improve you, everybody else benefits from that.
everybody benefits.
Hmm.
So I love the book. I love the idea behind it. I love the thought. And it's very important that we as a people work on us. It's
Yes.
technically you are your uh, biggest enemy.
Hmm.
Uh, Whether you don't get things done or get things done is solely on you, because nothing else stops you but you. And people may put things in position to stop you. Obstacles may happen. Are you going to allow that to happen, or are you going to push past?
Yeah.
So, if you will, before we go, share a little bit, well, where they can find you, where they can get your book, where they can get your information, where they can come maybe get coaching, because people do need this,
Yes.
especially from
Yes.
somebody who's been through, learned from, and now is a teacher of those things that she has learned.
Yes, well, definitely. You can head on over to wakeuphappysis.com. That is my website. The book is available on Amazon. If you want a signed copy, you can get it from my website. We have a hardcover, we have a soft cover, we got all the covers, right? So, and I do offer coaching and counseling services to help people start to process and deal. And you can sign up for my free item right now, which is my burnout recovery kit, to help those who are in corporate America, or even you're feeling overwhelmed and burned out in your home life, in your personal life, in your social like circles in church life, is to help you realize that we are so much bigger than the challenges that come to us, and we have to take time to slow down and say it's okay. Sometimes you want to get off that roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
right? That roller coaster of life. Sometimes I need to take a minute, get off, and reset, reposition, and repurpose myself. And that burnout recovery kit, which is free right now, you need to go on over to wakeuphappysis.com and check it out.
Y'all better go take advantage of that while it is free, because it ain't gonna be free for long. But what I do want you to do, please go support her. I preferably, yes, would tell you to go to her website and purchase her book personally from her so you can get her signature, because signatures are important. Today she's who she is. Tomorrow she'll be a superstar, and y'all mess around and won't have her signature. This is the reason why you got to understand the importance of a signature. You can buy that book off Amazon all day. 1 million people gonna get that, I promise you. However, what they won't get is her signature. Your name have purpose.
Yeah.
God said that he'll make your name great, and you got to only understand that you're looking at greatness. And I ask each and every one of y'all who are watching this, please go purchase it, preferably from her. Even if you want to go support and go get the book off Amazon, please do anyway. But she'll get the most money if you get it off her website.
Right.
And I'm being an author myself. I'm in support of her getting the funds because Amazon gonna take a big chunk out of it. Look, I thank y'all. I thank you, Miss Leanne Dose, for joining me. Once again, oh, word of wisdom. I need a word of wisdom from you.
Um, word of wisdom. Realize that you are bigger than the challenges. You are bigger than the trauma that people have left you with, and you are worth more than all the self-doubt that you have in your body. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of respect. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of all the things, but it all has to start with you realizing that you are worthy of those things. It all starts from within. We cannot have more than we want for ourselves. So we have to want better, then do better to have better.
Mm. Thank you for that word of wisdom. My name is Carlos Walker. Her name is Leanne Dose. This is Art and Hustle. Remember, Black Authors Matter. Go support her book. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Peace and blessings.